The Radio Misfits Podcast Network.
Hello, y'all. Welcome to Jackalope Tales, urban legends and music, where we uncover, is it real or is it a jackalope tale? I'm your host, Charles Mooney.
And I'm Lisa Umbarger. Charles and I are founding members of the Toadies, and now we're podcasting.
And feeling like we've been doing this all day long.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, yeah, just some stuff to get the podcast ready. But we have peace and calm here in the podcast room. But we're going to be talking about places that did not have calm, peaceful moments.
Yeah.
On television.
Riot on the set.
Ah, yes.
Yep.
Moments that kind of went down in history as crazy moments.
And of course, we're talking about our favorite subject, people who made punk rock music.
Ah, yes. I'm talking about the good old Sex Pistols.
And I'm going to cover our favorite person who's a punk person, Jello Biafra.
Yeah, there's more to talk about.
Hello.
About him last week. We do love
There's
Jello.
always room for Jello in the podcast.
Yeah, and there's always different kinds of Jello.
Man,
you got your pudding Jello.
Right.
And your
Pops.
Jello. Yeah.
Jello pudding pops.
So just depending on the mood he was in, you never knew which Jello you were getting. But sometimes it was chunky Jello. But yeah, we, in talking about the Sex Pistols on this one, we had tickets for the Sex Pistols show that was coming up in Dallas. And guess what? It's been postponed, but you're making a call that it won't be coming back or they won't be playing again.
Yeah. Okay. So old people's bones don't heal so well.
Oh, shit.
And a broken wrist is pretty serious anyway.
Yeah. Steve Jones, the guitarist. Yeah. Supposedly, I don't know which hand he broke, but whether it's the fretting hand or the strumming hand, but either way, he's screwed.
Yeah, and so I think there's going to be a long recovery time. These guys are getting up there, and I think that it's going to be canceled.
Yeah.
Because I'm waiting to see.
Is there really coming back from that?
Yeah, because it won't be this year.
No. Shit.
It makes me so sad, man, because I was so excited.
That was a bucket list item.
Yep.
I know. Never have seen them. I've seen PIL.
Yep.
But not the rest of the members.
Yeah. During the PIL tour, they did a little Sex Pistols teaser thing.
Yeah.
So I did go to that.
Oh, did you?
And that was fun. And I don't remember anything. But it was fun.
Okay.
I remember I had fun. I think I had fun.
You don't remember bad things. You don't remember specific good things, but
I remember I was really excited. They sounded great. But that's it.
Okay.
I remember going backstage and like hanging out.
Oh, wow.
And that's it.
And didn't you say that you wish you had spoken up more?
Yeah,
to them?
I had said more.
Yeah.
Because I went with Randy and Randy went and talked to them more.
Yeah.
And I was just hanging out like, where's cocktails?
Yeah. Just ready for the angst and the anger of a Sex Pistols green room. But
they were super, super nice. But again, we're old.
Yeah. I know. And Steve Jones, you said he's 70.
Yeah. I think he's 70.
God.
So I wish him well. I hope that they show up next winter or spring. We get to see a Sex Pistols show. But
yeah.
Man.
I know. And who knows, maybe he's had to forfeit his bowling tournaments and all that stuff, all his little side projects.
Right. Picking his nose.
Oh, God. Have you ever picked your nose with the wrong hand?
Yeah, it's not right.
It's dangerous.
Right. You're not used to it. Things can happen.
Oh, you pop the septum with your pinky.
Whoa.
But yeah, so in talking about the Sex Pistols, there was a particular show they did with a host named Bill Grundy.
Yeah. I never did know who he was until this happened.
Yeah. And I think that's true for many people. This is going back to December 1st of 1976. So punk was really still trying to find its ground and
Yeah, the
establish
United
itself.
States didn't know what to think about it. Remember, they would have news shows and show kids with safety pins through their cheeks and go, punk rock movement from the UK is moving to the United States.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, they really didn't know how to think of it, handle it. It was just all these hoodlums.
Yes.
But back in 1976, England's still like clutching its pearls from the decline of the empire. The economy is collapsing, and Christmas is around the corner.
Oh, I love Christmas.
And people are wanting tinsel, carols, and a little bit of wholesome entertainment on TV. Who doesn't? Instead, they got the Sex Pistols, and they also got a drunk talk show host, and live profanity beamed into prime time. So just perfect for punk. But this wasn't just another awkward TV interview. It was a cultural car crash that kind of was heard all around Great Britain. It ripped the punk out of the underground, and it also destroyed a man's career.
Oh, did it?
From this, yes. But setting the stage for it, the Sex Pistols, they were barely holding together as a band at that point. They had just signed to EMI, and they were recording Anarchy in the UK, and they were already causing chaos in small clubs. So they were on a low scale at this point. Their reputation was growing as dangerous, as loud, and they were also considered working class kids, which scared a lot of England. And then you got on the other side of the story, Bill Grundy, who was a middle-aged presenter for Thames Television, hosting a local early evening program called Today. Grundy wasn't really a household name, but he was respectable enough. He was kind of like England's budget Walter Cronkite, if Cronkite had been a little drunk and very sleazy. Yeah. But the Pistols weren't even supposed to be on the show at first. Queen had been booked to appear.
Oh, hell.
But they pulled out last minute. And rumors said that it was because Freddie Mercury had to go to the dentist. So instead, Grundy's producers scrambled and threw the Pistols in as a filler.
Okay, so I'm way back at, there's a British band who goes to the dentist. It's a lie. You've seen their teeth.
No, Freddie's teeth, though.
Right.
Oh.
Well, those chiclets probably got to get flossed a lot.
I remember hearing where Freddie did not like to have anything dental done because he was afraid it would mess up his delivery, his voice.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it was
he like gets
fucking
a whistle.
Amazing. Yeah. The band shows up, and here you've got Johnny Rotten, Steve Jones, Paul Cook, and now Sid Vicious wasn't there yet. This was still Glenn Matlock.
Yep.
And in the background, they were also joined on stage by Susie Sue of Susie and the Banshees.
Okay.
And other members of the what they called Bromley contingent. It was basically their crew of punk hanger-oners who dressed even louder than the music sounded.
My God.
But Grundy starts the interview already being condescending. He calls the Sex Pistols heroes of this new craze, already mocking them like it's just a little short-term fad. But Grundy starts out by mentioning Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, and then Johnny Rotten, half bored, just says, oh, they're wonderful people. They're great. And then Grundy was like, what about the people that really like them? And Rotten says, that's their tough shit. Under his breath. He says it softly. And instead of just moving on, Grundy decides to poke the bear. Grundy then just says, what was that? And Rotten's like, it was just a rude word. Go on. And he's, no, what was the rude word? And here we go. Rotten says, shit. And this stuff seems so simple nowadays. Right. But back then, it was like, this just was not heard on television. And then Grundy leans into Susie, who is standing behind him, and suggests that she could come back to his dressing room after the show.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yes. You can watch this on YouTube.
Oh, my.
Creepy uncle energy right on television. And you can tell Grundy's had some drinks.
Yeah.
But because I've always wanted to meet you. And we should meet up back in my dressing room. But then Steve Jones, the guitarist, isn't having it. He blurts out after he says that to Susie, "You dirty sod, you dirty old man."
Oh, my God, yes.
And then it escalates because Grundy then starts saying, "Go on, you have another 5 seconds. What else do you have to say?" And then Steve responds with, "You dirty bastard, you dirty fucker. What a fucking rotter."
Yeah.
And this all just, I don't think they even played. They were just there to be spoken to.
Interviewed about this new punk rock fad.
And this is all live at 6 p.m. primetime family hour while kids are still eating their fish fingers in front of the television. It was the fallout from this is what's amazing. Phones lit up at the TV studio. Thousands of complaints poured in. Newspapers ran front page headlines the next morning screaming about the filth and the fury, which was a phrase that was so good the Pistols later used it for their documentary.
Yep.
And to the tabloids, punk wasn't just loud music anymore. It was a national emergency.
These kids don't have manners.
Yes. Overnight, the Sex Pistols became enemy number one, a band parents warned their kids about, which made, of course, their kids want to listen to it more or get involved with punk. And then Bill Grundy, the interviewer, his career did not survive. He was suspended for 2 weeks, publicly humiliated, and never regained credibility. And within a few years, he was essentially a washed out television guy, remembered only for being the man who gave punk its primetime stage.
Yep.
And that was where Bill Grundy couldn't even get to work, any work reading the weather, anything, nothing. And basically the whole thing that matters behind it is that really the Pistols weren't even famous at that time. No, they were small clubs. They'd released one single. And then after the Grundy show, they were national villains. Every kid with safety pins and a bad attitude suddenly had a soundtrack. And the British establishment accidentally did the Pistols marketing for them, free of charge.
Yeah, it could not have been better.
No. And Bill Grundy, he died in 1993, still known primarily as the man destroyed by the Sex Pistols.
Yes.
And the EMI contract that the Pistols had at the time, they lost it soon after this happened, partly because of the bad press. But the band made a fortune being dropped because contracts meant payouts. Every label that signed them ended up paying them to not make records. That's the most punk business model you could ever think of. Get rich by being unmanageable. And then, of course, parents thought punk would ruin their children.
Yep.
And it turns out their kids mostly just grew up to work in IT and still wear Doc Martens on the weekends.
Yep.
It was it was a moment that really established the whole punk attitude.
Yeah.
And
do you remember seeing any of the coverage on American TV? Because it went across the ocean. When that happened, it was such a huge wave of, oh, fuck, we're in trouble. Kids are starting to talk back.
I don't remember that. What I remember, though, is just all the things. And of course, all these jackalopes start blowing up because, yes, Sid Vicious hit someone on the head with his bass and stuff like that. But then all of a sudden you start hearing about every Sex Pistols show fans are beat up.
Yeah.
That there is just all this blood, Sid cutting himself. Right. And you might have an instance of that. Even Iggy Pop cut himself, but you didn't really hear much about that. This was something that it infiltrated all of the homes, and that's where it all started getting recognized.
Yeah. I remember just the way it was covered on the news, because it was a huge news story.
Yeah.
Especially when the bands started coming over here. But the thing is, we already had punk bands here.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't get any kind of coverage like this because of the fashion that was coming. Because punk rock wasn't the same kind of fashion with the mohawks and the safety pins and the studs and spikes. And
and there's always the talk, Malcolm McLaren. He owned the clothing shop.
And Vivian Westwood. But I remember thinking how it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Like when they even talked to the kids, and I'm sure it's probably just like some snot-nosed kid, because they were all really young when they were talking to him. Mm-hmm. And they were just like, man, they were acting like, I don't care, I'm a teenager.
Yeah.
And all teenagers act like that. But when I was young looking at it, it looked so dangerous.
Yes.
And going to a show looked like, man, was scary. And I'm trying to think of the first punk show I went to. I was scared.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had a little bit
I
of
agree.
trepidation, because it was like, ooh, going to the Twilight Room in Dallas, which was already sketch because there was not anything open down there. But this club, Twilight Room and Theater Gallery, I think, were the only places open.
Yep. You're right.
And so totally dark streets and 2 clubs.
Oh.
And a bunch of homeless people running around and punks.
Yeah.
That was it. So it was scary.
Oh, yeah.
For a little suburban kid who was not really punk and wanted to get a taste of it.
Yeah. No, I even remember when I was a little kid, I bought a magazine because it had Kiss on the cover. And then there was a little section in there where it was talking about punk. And I can remember it to this day that there was a picture of the Sex Pistols. There was a picture of, the Dead Boys.
Yes.
There was a picture of the Stranglers. And everyone just looked mean. They were going to haunt you.
Yeah.
They would
Bad
take your lunch money. Yeah.
Stranglers. Dead Boys Stranglers, their names. Stranglers aren't punk at
No,
all.
no, but they were portrayed that way. And they, of course, the photo was ominous because they're all standing there with these dark overcoats.
Yeah.
And Dead Boys look scary to begin with, but
Dead Boys were punk.
Oh my God. Yeah. There was, and we'll get into this in a little bit, but it's funny because the first real punk album I heard was the Dead Kennedys, and it was the In God We Trust Incorporated. Talk about putting your feet into the fire. And then when I heard the Sex Pistols, because I heard them next, it was almost just like,
easy
this
listening.
Is melodic rock.
Yeah.
Well, but we'll get into that.
I remember the first time I heard the Sex Pistols, it was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
I could only listen to a few songs, and I bought Nevermind the Bollocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And because I was like, ooh, this is like an auditory assault.
Yeah.
And I put it down. And I was like, I have to work myself up to this.
Shit, that's what I did with In God We Trust Incorporated. Right. I was afraid after I heard the boom, boom, all religions make me throw up. And it was like, wait, this is too much. Oh.
And then after I listened to Dead Kennedys and stuff like that, I went back to listen to Sex Pistols, and I was like, wow, this is pop.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember the first time I heard it, it was not. It was
I'm sure after I heard that DK album, I ran out and my mom got me a Nutty Buddy and sat me down and with cartoons, and I was better. But I kept going back and going back. It was still like
you had to work up to
it. Yeah, it's not it's what is it? It's not a race, it's a marathon.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's punk. Holy crap.
Oh,
speaking of not a race.
Getting into our favorite guy here.
Yeah. So we've talked about this a lot. The PMRC, which it was horrible. So they were proponents for censorship, censoring music. They did not care. They were doing it with a broad strokes, not giving a shit of who they were taking down with it. They really hated rap music.
They
were
that's
super
always
racist, in my opinion, about the rap music, but they also hated punk and rock. Pretty sure like Motley Crue got shots fired at them and bands like that.
Yeah.
But their record label had enough money where they could dodge bullets.
Oh, yeah.
But the people who didn't have a whole lot of money, which were the smaller rap labels and punk rock labels, were in full assault.
Oh,
they
yeah.
were defending themselves constantly and having trouble getting distribution and keeping records on the shelf because they were getting pulled because of a few voices.
Oh, yeah. I remember Ice-T being involved in so much of it. And then the 2 Live Crew album.
Yes.
Damn.
We talked about that.
One pushed it over.
Yeah, we talked about Luke being a really strong voice, going on all the talk shows and trying to diffuse all the bullshit.
Yeah.
But on March 7th of 1990, Oprah Winfrey was pretty brave, and she wanted to have an open dialogue between the PMRC and artists who were being oppressed.
Yes.
So on this show, which was my favorite episode, by the way, I recorded it.
Yeah.
I was at school. I recorded it so I could go home and watch this. It included Jello Biafra, Tipper Gore, who is my most hated person from that era.
Yeah.
Ice-T, music critic Nelson George, and Rabbi Abraham Cooper. And all we're going to talk about in this one pretty much is the banter between Jello and
the rabbi.
Tipper. Yeah, I know that rabbi. So everyone contributed to the conversation, but it was pretty much Tipper and Jello show happening. And Oprah just had to sit back, put on a seatbelt because they were going to go after
And you know what? I think there was a whole thing about all we need to do is get these loudmouth musicians onto a show and we can show how stupid they are.
They totally thought that.
Yeah.
And this guy named Jello, who is that? Let's get him to talk to Tipper.
Yeah.
Who's this fine, educated woman with children. And this moral woman, we'll get her, I'm using air quotes, and let's have her talk to this guy who's going to blow up like the Sex Pistols. And
yes, exactly.
The opposite happened.
Oh, hell yes.
So he's always been an outspoken voice for against music censorship. And basically, he's like, let's go. And he's a brilliant mind.
Yes.
The segment stayed in my memory because it was this raw punk rock figure who I love. And basically, Tipper never could recover after the first verbal punch.
Yeah.
She was on the ropes and never recovered. Oprah tried to pull her back off the ropes and help her. There was no help. One interesting thing, and this is the jackalope for this, Alternative Tentacles and Jello Biafra are both on record in a lot of places saying that there was a second appearance. So they had Tipper and Jello back on an Oprah show at a later date.
Yeah.
And they sparred again. It was bare knuckle sparring. And Jello caught Tipper lying and trapped her in this lie.
Oh.
And proved it. Brought the receipts, everything, said, you are a liar, and here you go. Here's the receipts. And Oprah's went right to commercial. And when they came back, Jello was gone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I can't find it, but Alternative Tentacles says it's true, and Jello says it happened.
Wow.
But it's scrubbed from all places where you can find it. I do not remember that one happening.
Oh, damn.
Do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
When you started talking about a second one, I want to say I had heard about a second one, but
because it was watched, they're like, shit, primetime joy, let's go.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get.
Wow.
Yeah. They wanted Tipper to win on this one. They were trying to set it up.
Yeah. They probably prepared her and got her all set.
And
for the second one, and then she fucked up again.
So when you have Oprah money, you can make sure that one's not seen anymore because she fucked up.
Yeah.
And actually, in history, it shows Oprah fucked up on this one. She was on the wrong side of history.
Oh.
Because Tipper was not.
Nope.
So I want to read some of this is the best way to to cover this is read Jello's quotes from this show.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Yeah.
So when they started talking to him about the police raid, because they were trying to show that he was a criminal, and going, your house has been in a police raids and all this kind of shit. So
I remember Alternative Tentacles record. The company was raided.
Yeah. So this is his response to that. He said, in my case, I can relate to NWA's song about the police because after my record Frankenchrist was blasted by Susan Baker in the PMRC and Variety, 2 weeks later, 9 police officers, 3 from LA, 6 from San Francisco, broke a window by my front door, stormed into my house. It was a subtle form of rape. And people, and they were like, what are you talking about? And America's being raped by this power that's happening. We're being suppressed and bent over, and someone who's more powerful than us is taking away our power.
Yeah. Yeah.
The good thing about him, they brought up his court case too, where he with the Frankenchrist album.
Oh yeah.
And because again, they're trying to paint him as a criminal. Hey, you've been in court about this. They're saying that
distributing pornography.
Yes, distributing. Yes. You've been arrested for distributing pornography, and you went to court for this. And his answer was like, in the end, the jury did not agree with the allegations of the PMRC. They deadlocked at 7-5 in favor of acquittal. And that's what he said to Tipper Gore when she said that he was selling pornography.
Oh,
let's get all this facts straight. A court of law in this really Republican United States, this very conservative United States, acquitted me.
And I remember the argument too, is that artwork that the poster was of is in a museum, or was at that time.
And that's how he got off, because he was like, and also it was inside the album. It wasn't visible on the outside. So
it did take me a few minutes to figure out the picture.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Yeah. And then he, to Tipper Gore, this is how he started getting her on the ropes, because she went at him, calling him a criminal and a pornographer and all these other things. And he said, I accuse you of trying to destroy my career and ruin my right to make a living. And then he just went in uppercut.
Oh, yes.
And he said, what kind of example are you setting for your own children when you lie on national television? And then Tipper started protesting. And when she was saying, what about your obscenity trial? I'm going to take credit for that. She's like, I'm going to take credit for that. Your obscenity trial, I'm taking credit for that. Oh. And Oprah tried to step in. She's, wait, you don't mean that, do you? And she doubled down. She's, oh yeah, it's true. Thank you very much.
Oh,
and Jello.
Oh man. Yeah. See it. It all backfired, and it was the smart people, quote unquote, that fucked up live.
Right. And then Jello responded. He said, the worst part is you're preying on the fears of parents too chicken to talk to their own kids. And I think that's so brilliant, because I think he's addressing something that needed to happen socially, because parents were afraid of talking to their kids about stuff, the hard subjects. If you can't talk to your kids about sex, if you can't talk to your kids, have a relationship where you're not in the 1950s where people don't have genitalia and everyone's
taboo stuff.
Yeah, everyone's a Barbie doll. Yeah. You're going to have a whole society that doesn't know how to deal with anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very smart response. He's going, you guys are just afraid to talk about it, so you're trying to police it and police artists because you're afraid.
Yeah.
You're big chicken shits.
Oh, yeah. No, so, the message that they had wasn't their message. So they're just...
And the most wonderful thing that happened from this is Oprah tried to create a narrative and paint Tipper as the heroes. The Tipper and the rabbi and everyone were the heroes for society. And jaunty conversation by Jello and Ice-T and the music critic, Mr. George, totally changed the dynamic of that whole thing.
Yeah.
And Oprah got a really, one of the most highly viewed show from this. And she realized, oh, fuck, I'm losing touch with what's going on. And she tried to jerk it back and had the second show. And it's still,
it was
couldn't.
even worse off.
So I think that's very interesting that when something is wrong, it's really hard to keep that narrative and the lies that make them look real.
Yeah.
And I think we can use that now with politics today and everything that's going on. I keep that as a shining little hope in the back of my mind going, okay, there's brilliant people that, if said in the right way, make all of these other people look foolish and pull back the curtain and you go, oh yeah, they are idiots. That's what if you can stop Oprah, if Jello Biafra can stop the Oprah train, and I don't hate Oprah.
No.
But right in this instance though, she is representative of the social class that's killing America at the time.
And just think about it. Are the parents that are all these soccer moms and stuff like that going to even listen to the perspective of the musicians?
No.
They're hearing just how bad everything is and how dangerous everything is. And of course they're going to side that way.
Right. But then they tuned into Oprah. Soccer moms tuned into Oprah and heard a very articulate Jello Biafra and a very articulate Ice-T, and they were well spoken. And Tipper's voice rose up, and she was like, "Yeah," started sweating to sound like a wet cat.
Yeah,
and so I think it changed everything. And then the soccer moms are like, maybe my kids can listen to Two Live Crew and I can talk to them about Me So Horny.
I always remember the kids just being, you could tell the ones that were being oppressed by their parents, because it's almost like they were ashamed to come in and get the version of As Clean As They Want to Be. Because we had so many Clean As They Want to Be cassettes.
Yes.
And
but they had to have that cassette.
Oh, yeah.
Me love you long time. But anyway, I find that I hope something like that can occur, and I'm at a loss for words, because there's no one that has that big of an audience, like a person who can bring these two forces that are so opposed to each other together in a room to just duke it out to see who wins.
No.
And duke it out verbally, because it's not happening on TikTok. It's
all one-sided opinion.
And bots and algorithms.
Yeah.
So it's not just good on full fair fight.
Right.
So if Jello Biafra was on TikTok, is going, wow, I'm going to take on whoever, he can't.
No.
It'll be throttled down with the algorithm, and you're going to see what you like.
Yeah. You're right.
You're only going to keep continuing to see what you're like. You're not going to get to see Jello say stuff and the fun museum pictures that talk and say funny things.
That was a cool page. I know.
Anyway, now I'm going to get off this soapbox and go Jello.
Oh, I just remember being so proud of the punk movement, all that. Just because it's hard to imagine there weren't the ease for explicit on anything back in the day.
Right. We had these brilliant people representing us as kids who wanted to listen to good music, and also social ideology, because you cannot take that away from punk rock, right? This freedom to do things and be whatever we wanted. Who does that now?
Yeah.
Who's speaking for young people now?
Right. No, that's true. That's
Sabrina
true.
Carpenter?
Yeah. Oh,
the
God.
fuck? Espresso? What is that? What the fuck?
No.
Who is it?
Yeah. No.
I'm trying to think what young person is out there going, go kids, come on, get behind me, and I'm going to.
We need some anti-espresso songs.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck your espresso. Right. I'm getting a latte.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm only going to drink it. I'm not going to sing about it. Stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I know the whole threat of everything, because my God, punk albums and all that stuff we heard had been around for a decade. And then all of a sudden, when it started infiltrating the homes of regular children,
the cardigan crowd.
Yes, the loafers. And,
and rap music's not even dangerous anymore.
No.
Punk rock's not dangerous. Rap's not dangerous. Everything's the same. It's that cheap, crappy Halloween candy that your neighbors hand out.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like not even
a candy corn.
It's Brock's. So they're giving you Brock's shit candy instead of like Nestle's or Reese's or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Give me a fucking Snickers, bitch.
Yeah.
I don't want a Brock's Star Mint.
Oh God, we need it back.
I mean, we're in the Star Mint candy corn land. Anyway. Taking me off the hook.
Oh, speaking of good candy bars.
Right.
Oh man, the Kazoo.
Yep.
It's the sign of the Lone Star Salute.
And the Lone Star Salute's where we read to you your 1-star reviews of anything to do with music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We got a couple good ones.
I do. And mine's a little longer, but I think it's going to open up. I'm going to be curious on your opinion on this.
Okay.
But this is about Never Mind the Bollocks.
It's classic.
It is by D. Didnato. But he said the title of his review is Black Sheep Are Still Sheep. So he says, don't let the corporate media trick you into thinking that this album is real rebellion. Everything that is supposedly good about the Pistols was done much better and in some cases earlier by countless other bands that didn't have the same media hype surrounding them. I absolutely defy any person to listen to this album back to back with the first Bad Brains album.
Ooh.
The Pistols may have said it before, but the Brains said it with much more talent and finesse. Damned, Damned, Damned by the Damned came out before the Bollocks. Also, unlike the Pistols, the Damned didn't pretend to be political. Plus, they could actually play their instruments. Black Flag, the first 4 years, way snottier than the Pistols, while also being more musically interesting. Their first singer, Keith Morris, made John Lydon sound like a neutered David Cassidy. The Germs with G.I. Not only is the music on this album 10 times better than on Bollocks, are we starting to see a trend here? The lyrics are much more thought-provoking and focused. Even relatively overrated bands like The Clash and the Ramones blew the Pistols out of the water. The Stooges, the New York Dolls, the MC5, hell, even Blue Cheer said it first and said it better. The only thing that stands out about the Sex Pistols is that they had a better publicist. In reality, it's just safe rock and roll that the man would rather you listen to than real revolutionary music.
Yes.
This is an interesting argument.
Yep. No, I agree with this 100%.
Do you?
I do. But here's why the Sex Pistols hold a tender place in my heart, because they showed me that there was more.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for them, like being like a giant flag waving around, I wouldn't have found the
because someone needed to be escalated to that level in order for it to be known.
Because someone always takes the good shit and sanitizes it somehow or whatever and makes it more
but
publicity.
But could one almost really argue that the Sex Pistols were really and let me finish, a precursor to boy bands, because they were established by a guy who wanted to promote his clothing line. And it's really just where he got Malcolm McLaren got all this press that he wanted, and that was their goal. And you got to give them nods for, they wrote, I love Never Mind the Bollocks.
Yeah,
it brings back great memories when I listen to it. But my God, Bad Brains and all those others.
When the Damned or Bad Brains. And remember, that's what we were talking about. You listen to that and it got you ready and primed for the other stuff.
Yeah.
But the first time I heard a Bad Brains album, I was like, holy fuck.
That's a show I would have been scared to go to. Is Bad Brains, just because of the angst and energy.
HR is
my
vocal
God
prowess.
Yeah.
Bring it. I got chills. Like I got chills.
I know you
do.
do.
I was just like, oh, I love Bad Brains. But I agree with it 100%. And I have to respect the Sex Pistols. And by the way, I hate Malcolm McLaren.
Yeah.
He's a fuckstick. But I hated him because he fucked over Adamant. It's something else. He was a fucker.
Podcast.
Yeah, he's a dumbass. And he left a bunch of broken artists in his way.
We could have done Summer of Shade on him.
Oh, we could have.
Oh, maybe
Annabella and all those other artists that he brought in and used, and including the Sex Pistols, he used all of them.
Yeah.
But I would not have found those bands if it was not for the Sex Pistols, and the fashion and all of that was just palatable at the time. I needed something like that. And he made, and I know it's a publicity thing, but he made it seem dangerous.
Yeah.
And I was looking for that. And where the Sex Pistols is dangerous is, say, I heard some jam shows back in the day were like crazy fucked up.
Oh shit.
And
really?
Who would think that the jam was going to be dangerous?
Yeah, exactly.
And I heard that it was like nuts going to a jam show.
No way.
I was like, okay.
Oh, holy yeah.
But anyway, so Iggy,
and
look at those old Stooges shows.
Now let me ask you about that. I know here we go going into other things, but did you really, because the argument is that the MC5 and Iggy and the Stooges were really like the godfathers of punk, the New York Dolls, all those. Did you even really know any of those bands before the Sex Pistols?
Absolutely no.
See?
No.
That's the point.
But guess what? I sought them out.
Exactly.
After I heard about it.
Yeah.
Because in every article I read about the Sex Pistols, they said that they were influenced by these bands.
Bingo.
And I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Let me go check out Stooges. Let me go check out this.
Yeah. There's no way I could give Bollocks 1 star.
No.
You almost have to give it 5 just for what it did.
But I do agree with what he said.
I hear you.
I 100% agree with what he said. I would not have known about these bands if it wasn't for them. So I got to give them credit.
Yeah.
And I listened to that album, and then I was like, I need more.
Yeah.
Okay. And like consuming that album, never mind the Bollocks. And it's like, where's the other stuff?
Yeah. It's almost like you've got to top it.
Right.
It's okay. I've got the Sex Pistols. Now let's hear something harder.
Yeah. I'm a consumer of punk rock because I bought that album.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I got an interesting review. It's a review of a book, Raising PG Kids in an X-Rated Society, by Tipper Gore.
Oh, why am I not surprised that it's Tipper's book?
And this was written by Tommy Ease the Chill. And Tommy's title for this review is Plantation Ladies Can't Stand Those Jungle Drums.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lordy. Okay.
Yep. And so Tommy goes on to say, if there's one thing that makes a Southern belle like Tipper Gore nervous, it's the endless throbbing of drums from slave quarters on a hot, still Southern night. That pretty much sums up the real source of Tipper's discomfort with this obscene rap music.
She did have a hairdo that was from the old days.
She was the first Karen.
Oh, hell yes.
Yes. She had the Karen
Gore,
hairstyle and everything.
You're right.
Maybe that's her real name, not Tipper. I don't know.
Yeah.
So the irony is this Southern politician's wife is so completely obtuse and so tone deaf, just I sound like a tone deaf. So just plain cotton picking stupid that she still has no idea why ghetto blacks would resent a politician's white wife with a corn-prone accent a yard long, lecturing them on justice and decency.
Oh, shit.
Tipper Gore really doesn't understand that when she tells Ice-T to clean up his act. Do you remember when she said that? You need to clean up your act. She said that on Oprah.
On Oprah.
You need to clean up your act. She sounds just like her grandmother complaining about those low-down, shiftless darkies and those drums. Almost always those drums from the slave quarters late at night.
Oh, yeah.
So Tommy Yeah, you nailed it.
He did. Look at that.
He called
Man,
a racist.
Oh my God. She
There you
does. She fits that mold.
Because even though she went after Jello, she mostly went after rap music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because rap was the new thing. Punk was pretty new as well, but it was an easy target for people like her to go after people of color.
Oh, of course. The African American community. That was even without rap. Right.
So
though they scared them.
It was the easy route. I can go after some white guys, or I can go after these black men.
Yeah.
Let's go get them.
Yep. Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
There you go. We do have some jackalopes in here.
Yeah. Yeah. The happy ending. We're focusing on now mine's really oh man, yeah, mine, I mean, you can watch it on YouTube and see the interview, and it's funny as shit because Steve Jones, it was going to be bad because his shirt has like a pair of women's tits on it. And it's okay, this is really set up for primetime TV. But yeah, I encourage you to watch it because it was punk history.
Basically, because of that, Sex Pistols made punk rock exist. They put it on the planet.
They put it in the face of all the families at 6 or 7 p.m. dinner time.
So that's not a jackalope.
No.
You can't kick Sex Pistols in the bollocks.
No.
But mine is the missing second episode with Tipper and Jello.
That was, yeah. Oh, shit.
And I really did go after it. I was like, where is this? So
right.
I think, and here's the jackalope, the real jackalope, Oprah scrubbed it because she looked really bad in this. It put her in a bad light, especially where she went to politically later.
See?
Which was can't censor people. People from that time that were in the censorship crowd.
Yeah.
All failed at life later. So she's putting that one behind her. Like, no one look at this.
Hell, she's got that track record. There was someone that made a biography about her, filmed it, had it all ready to go. She didn't like it, so she bought it and trashed it.
She makes things disappear.
Yes.
I don't want that kind of money.
Oh.
I would make people disappear.
Why couldn't she have made Tipper disappear?
Not people.
Uh-oh.
I would make things.
I hope I'm on the next week's episode.
Make people disappear. Basically, it does, because if it's their career, that no one's heard of them now.
No, that's true. Whatever. That's true.
I won't make you disappear, Charles.
No, you still need someone to. You. Yeah. I'm glad.
I don't have Oprah money, so you don't have anything.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, I'll be safe.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Please follow the links in our show notes and check us out on all the socials.
Yes, please subscribe, rate, leave us reviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts. We're a good part of the good old Radio Misfit Network, so be sure to check out all their stuff, and we will press on without oppression.
We'll try. And join us next time as we question. Is it real, or is it a jackalope tale?
There's just no reason we can't come and talk about Biafra every week.
Do you remember when, I know we should.
Yeah.
So I remember the biggest question when Al Gore ran for president was like, what about your bitch ass wife? I think they asked it different.
And then he'd divert the direction to
the for a guy that was
climate change or something.
It was really hard to say my wife isn't and hates black people, but I love them. It's really hard to jump over that hurdle that is. Yeah.
I know, and he kept talking to her about it.
Tipper's dead.
Oh, really?
Is she?
Ooh, I doubt it.
Did we disappear her? I don't know. If she's dead,
we've accomplished something.
I'm not going to say she should be, but
no,
she was an evil person.
Oh my God,
she was evil. She's
all shut up now.
Right.
Everyone's past that.
And on her tombstone, it says the first Karen. If she's dead, I don't know if she's dead. I have no knowledge of this.
Yeah, someone needs to go.
I'm just gonna say, yeah, she is.
Yeah, someone needs to go put a big old spray paint and an M on her tombstone if it is for mature
audience.
Till next week.
Me so horny.
Oh, we'll end it on that one. Shh.
No, 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 no.